What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Raw Trucking. So, today, if you saw my short, then you saw that, my contract's been terminated with USA Truck. And I still have not gotten anything back from them explaining why. It's weird also because a buddy of mine called into payroll and told payroll what my situation was, and they looked me up and they said that I was still in the system as an active driver. And even on my Qualcomm here, it still says that I'm available. So I don't really know what's going on or what's happened. Okay, I just updated the Qualcomm, and my truck information, all that stuff, it's not in there anymore. Still has me in the system though. It was weird that payroll still had me in the system as an active driver, but for no real reason, USA just terminated my contract, and they sent me a letter in the mail 10 days ago. So got my wife to go over there and look in the mail and get the letter out. She sends it to me, and it really didn't have anything in it. So I don't understand what that's all about. So I call my driver manager and I tell him, he actually told me that my contract's been terminated. I called him back and was like, hey, why? What's going on? And he didn't have a reason. I called up safety. Safety had no reason. Buddy of mine calls payroll and still shows that I'm an active driver, so I don't understand. So with that, basically, when USA terminated my contract, and say I don't pay for insurance here at USA, USA takes a deduction out of my settlement every week for insurance and all that stuff. If you've seen my previous video about the accounting software, you'll see where I take the deductions out. And so it's USA's insurance that's on my truck. Or, well, it's ProLease's truck, but I'm leasing through ProLease. It's a third-party lease. So since they took the insurance off of the truck, inadvertently, ProLease has to cancel my contract with the lease. So I've inadvertently lost my truck as well, because USA has pulled the insurance, so I can't drive it anywhere. I don't have any loads. I can no longer take loads because I'm no longer in the system, as Qualcomm says. And if I can't take any loads, then I can't make any money to make my truck payment. So there's all of those, plus the fact that USA still hasn't transferred the title over to ProLease. So I can't take the truck anywhere else. Now, I was going to go to Cloud Trucking. I was going to take this truck with me. And it's a $5,000 transfer fee. Well, Cloud Trucking pays up to $5,000, whether it be to transfer or to put a down payment on a truck. So I mean, it's like the whole damn world has done come crashing around all over me. So I went ahead and went on OTR website. OTR is a place where you can buy a truck. and a couple of friends of mine have been looking at them, and they said that as long as you have any type of credit, you're pretty much good. And I got really good credit, so I'm really hoping that works out. But it's the waiting period between now and then that's got me all screwed up. So, and plus, even if I do get a truck, I got to go get the truck. So, I don't know. I really don't know. So, I might end up having to go back company. I was really hoping to take this opportunity to finally get my business off the ground and make some real good money. But I swear, it's like when one door opens, you walk through it, and every other door is locked. It's ridiculous. One step forward, 3 steps back. So, I don't know. The fact that they're not telling me anything kind of has me a little suspicious, especially with this merger that's going on. They done kicked a whole bunch of people out of the Facebook group. So, I don't know. It's a hostile takeover merger with DB Schenker. It's got to be. So, I think DB Schenker is starting to call some shots from behind the scenes. I don't know. I haven't gotten any phone calls about doing anything wrong. So, this is just up and out of the blue. Now, the paperwork that said that I was being terminated said that I was being terminated on August 1st. So, it doesn't make any sense to me because I picked up my load to get to where I am currently on August 1st. My driver manager even helped me find the load to get up here. So, I don't know. It's weird. If I was supposed to be terminated on the 1st and was, why did I get a load coming up here? It's really, really suspicious how that just falls into place like that. So, I don't know. Now I'm just screwed up here in Tip City, Ohio, and nobody can tell me anything. So, everything that's in this truck has to be taken back out. My wife's actually on her way up here to pick me up. About another 4 or 5 hours, maybe. All the way from North Carolina. And she just recently came all the way up to Illinois to pick me up from my last company. Don't ever work for Russians. Don't ever work for Russians. So she came out there and got me from Illinois, brought me back home. I came here, all that stuff, and came here, picked up my truck, went to orientation. I don't know. I went ahead and did the application process with Cloud Trucking, or Cloud Trucks, whatever you want to call it. And I'm sitting here getting emails from them right now with clearing the house and everything else. Trying to get the ball rolling with something. Last thing I really want to do is go company. I want to have my own truck. I want to build a fleet. I want to build a trucking company that you don't get any corporate answers. You don't get all the bullshit. You get a good truck company with a guy who has spent, X amount of years in trucking, currently at 6 years. But I understand all the crap that goes on with it. And I just want to build a good fleet of good drivers that just want to make good money. Bringing the camaraderie back to truck driving. So, I really don't know I don't understand what this is all about. I got a bad feeling with USA from the get-go anyway. because when I first came here, I was going to come here and do a lease purchase. That went to hell, and ended up being company, and that screwed me over big time. So I left. I practically made more money in breakdown pay as a company driver at USA. And now I'm back. I've got the truck, and now they're just yanking it right back out from under me with no rhyme or reason why. To my knowledge, I haven't done anything wrong. Nobody's called me and said I've done anything wrong. Nobody's notified me that I've done anything wrong. So I really have no idea. Jeremy Giggs, you better get ready to get a flight. Yeah, something. Like I said, my wife is on her way up to come pick me up. So I also, when I was home, there's a cabinet that goes right here that's underneath the TV mount. And I took that out because I just bought a refrigerator. And it's supposed to be at the house tomorrow. And I was going to get back down to the house, put the fridge in here. I've already got my air fryer and everything. It's ready to go. Because it's been killing me not having fresh food. You know, I eat out at all the truck stops and everything. So, you know, I was ready to get set up on the road. It's ridiculous. Sorry, guys. Y'all going to have to bear with me trying to get into a clearinghouse to get all this stuff going. So, I bought a brand new refrigerator that's not even going to be able to be used right now. And I guess I'm going to keep it and try and put it in another truck, or I might just keep it and I don't know. Jeremy says that about 100% of leases are scams. That's pretty much true for the most part. It just depends on where you go. One of the good things about USA and their lease is the fact that you lease out a third party. You don't lease directly with USA. So I'm leasing my truck through ProLease. So USA doesn't have anything to do. Hang on while this plane goes over. USA doesn't have anything to do with my truck. Pretty much ProLease makes all the rules, which they don't have a lot. I can work on my own truck through ProLease. I can bump the speed up. I have the speed bumped up to 75, but with these fuel prices, you can't be running like that. You know, I typically stayed around 65, less if I was heavier. The only reason that I got my truck bumped up to 75 was so that I could quickly maneuver around somebody who was doing around 65 or going even slower. That way I'm not creating a traffic jam behind me, you know, a 65 mile an hour drag race. That's pretty much where I'm at. So I'm having my wife bring up the cabinet. Hang on just 1 second. I'm having my the cabinet brought back from home because I got to turn the truck back in with the cabinet. So I got to put that back in here. I got to get the air fryer back out, which getting that in the hole was something else. I had to take the entire thing apart. But I don't know. Jeremy says, I can't leave my company for 5 years. Got one violation on my clearinghouse. That's rough, man. Being stuck with where you're at, not being able to go anywhere, especially if you're unhappy. Uh, I don't even know if I could do something like that. Uh, what's going on in clearing the house? I swear, like everything today. I'm supposed to come up here and get the coolant looked at with the truck because it's drinking about a gallon of coolant a day, and I don't understand. So that's not going to get done. I can't even take the truck home. Having the hardest time trying to get into a clearinghouse. This is ridiculous. So I ended up putting a application through with OTR to get a truck. The way I understand it is that OTR will send me, a list of available trucks, and I can choose between which one. And as long as I've got a good credit score, especially with the down payment that's coming from Cloud Trucks, they pay up to $5,000 for a down payment, and that helps. And from what I've been hearing from my recruiter at Cloud Trucks is that they have had a lot of people be able to get a truck through OTR. So keeping my fingers crossed that actually works. If I can get a truck, that'd be great. Hopefully it's worth the damn. So I don't know. Go work at a factory for half the pay. No thanks. Absolutely not. I've worked in a couple of factories. I even worked for Honda Power Equipment once in Swepsonville, North Carolina, and I won't go back to that. That's mainly temp work. I won't do that. I'd love to get on with UPS. UPS has got a union. You get a raise every year, and I got a buddy of mine that drives a package car over there, and I got another buddy of mine that drives big rigs, hauling doubles and sometimes singles with UPS. But getting on with UPS is hell sometimes, and I worked there for 3 years on a midnight shift, and ended up walking out because the guy who was running the plant had it out for me and a couple of other guys, and he kept trying to fire me, and the union kept getting my job back. So I just eventually had enough of it and just walked out. But now they're saying I'm not eligible to be rehired, so I don't get it. But UPS makes a lot of money. Jeremy Giggs also GP. Go back to GP. I would go back to GP if GP would rehire me, but I was terminated from GP basically for running block in Atlanta. I was blocking half of the emergency lane to keep all the other idiots behind me from jumping traffic. So they would use the emergency lane to jump traffic, jump onto an on-ramp, and zoom up ahead of everybody else. And I hate driving through Atlanta for that very reason. You get caught up in traffic, everybody acts stupid. So they ended up terminating me for that because somebody got butt hurt and called into the company. I swear, this today. So basically, when I get home tonight, or early tomorrow morning, I've got to get myself ready. I guess tomorrow, go ahead and get the drug test done with Cloud Trucks. Go ahead and get that whole process done, the whole onboarding process, and hope to God that a truck becomes available for me. So I hate moving day, getting all this crap out of here and putting it in another truck is ridiculous. I'm about half tempted to get some Uber delivered to me because I'm about to starve. I think I'm going to have to. I thought about just taking the truck over up to the Love's up the street and getting a shower there, but they got showers here, but they ain't got no towels, so I went in there and gave myself a good hand scrubbing and got the head shaved nice and smooth. But they got a snack machine in there, but it's just full of a bunch of junk, and the Love's has a Subway. That would be something, but I don't know. I tried to apply for a job before I even came here with an old company that I worked for, and it was a furniture company, and they had hired me on, so I had already done all the paperwork. They technically hired me, and I went in to sign all the tax forms, and I had a dispute with the tax forms because I've read tax law. Here, I'll actually show you what I'm talking about. Who's calling me? I don't know who this is. California. Hello? Who's calling, please? From where? I swear. So if you know about the Keep Trucking app or ELD or whatever, so they keep calling me because when I got my authority, they had reached out to them because I was going to get a Keep Trucking ELD, and this was like 2 years ago, and they just keep calling me over and over and over again. Motive ended up buying Keep Trucking, so now Keep Trucking is Motive, and it's like everybody over there is Indian now. It's weird. So basically, when I went to go apply to work at United Furniture Industries, technically I think I'm still hired there. They just said I couldn't take any loads until I filled out a tax form. So I brought this book. It's called The Business Guide to Payroll Withholding. This talks about how a W-2 and a W-4 don't actually apply to U.S. citizens working in one of the 50 United States deriving U.S. sourced income. So I took this, I read through most of it with him, and he basically was like, look, dude, I just hire people. If you want to talk to somebody about that, call the accounting department. So I called the accounting department, and I sent the lady a very long email basically saying everything that was in that booklet. And she sent it out to her accountants and to the company's lawyers to look over it. And she said that she hadn't heard anything back yet. Basically, in order to work, I need to fill out a tax form, but they couldn't actually tell me the law that says I had to. But I've read the law. I mean, here's a 400-page book, nothing but tax law. So I've read through all that, the little booklets and everything, and so I guess technically I'm still hired on over there, but they won't even answer my phone calls anymore to figure out what that's all about. So I don't know. So USA pulled my contract and Pro Lease pulled my truck. So pretty much where I'm at right now. It's too much bullshit for one day. It's pretty much all there is to it. Luckily, USA has not kicked me off of the property, which is kind of surprising. I've been up since like 9. I need to get my charger out for the computer. So yeah, I've been up since like 9 o'clock this morning to go in and get the truck looked at. That's how I found out that I was no longer employed here. And I ride with Stick. Good to see you, buddy. What happened? Well, I got up at 9 o'clock this morning and went into the shop to get the truck looked at, like I told you last night, and found out that USA has pulled my contract, or terminated my contract, and inadvertently causing Pro Lease to pull my contract, or my lease contract, because USA took the insurance off of the truck, and because of that I can't move the truck, because I can't take any loads now. I can't pay for the truck, and nobody's given me a reason why. I don't get it. They said they terminated me on August 1st, which was 4 days ago. On August 1st, if I was terminated then, why did they let me book a load to come up to Ohio? Unless they knew something. I don't know. So now I'm still stuck here at Tip City and waiting for my wife to come pick me up. So, just been a shitty day all day. I got the donut holes trying to get in touch with me. So those of y'all who don't know, the guys that I typically do these episodes with, Dirt Road Salvation, New Hampshire Lone Wolf Transportation, Malvin Transport, those are all the guys in our little group. Told them all about it this morning, and one guy's like, I'm putting insurance on my truck and I'm gonna be gone by like next week. I ain't staying here. This I Ride with Stick says that's shady as fuck. You're right, it really is. And so yeah, that's pretty much what that was about. I might get Malvin in here to see what he said. I guess we'll do it anyway. What's up, guys? Somebody's phone is like really staticky. I'm here. Can you hear me? Hurry up now. I ride with stick. Yeah, I'd appreciate that, but I couldn't even take it. Now, Cloud Trucking. I'm on YouTube Live right now. Cloud Trucking will pay up to $5,000 for a transfer, so I have that at least. So what they say?
Jason said the only way that somebody that quick got terminated is if you lied on your application at all.
Lied on my application.
That they're supposed to check when they hire you?
They do, but if they found out something later, then they'll terminate you once they're waiting for the background and all that to come back. They'll go ahead and put you in a truck, but if they found out something that you lied about after you got put in a truck, then they would have to let you go.
I wonder what came back, because I haven't had any problems getting on with anybody ever.
Do what?
I said, I wonder what they found, because I ain't ever had any problems getting on with a carrier, ever.
Well, did you put that you were a new hire, not a rehire?
I don't even know. I know that I put that I've worked here before in the history. They should. I rhyme with stick. I wish that there was somebody there I could talk to about it.
So where are they now when you go back to the terminal?
Do what?
But he said that right now they're trying to. He said right now they're trying to keep drivers. That he's surprised they even let anybody go because the merger, everybody's leaving.
So why was he bringing you back to the yard?
Me, I don't know. I didn't even bring up that part.
I might have to try and call somebody to talk about that.
Oh no?
Said I might have to try and call somebody to figure something out about that.
Did you figure out anything about the OTR?
No, I sent them an email to try and to contact me, but I ain't heard anything back from them yet.
You're breaking up really bad.
I said they haven't called me yet.
Phone number?
Yeah, you can send it to me.
You got a way to write it down?
Yeah, hang on.
Okay, send that number in the group chat.
Yeah, just send it to me in the group chat.
In the group chat.
So you still don't know why they're going to bring you back to the yard?
I didn't bring it up. I just declined the load and told them that I didn't want to get fired.
What did he say? Did he say anything about it or no?
Nope. He just put my other loads back on me and told me to that whenever I drop this one in the morning to go pick up that load and drive it straight through with it. He said that I'm just going to be behind and I need to pick up the slack.
Huh.
But I told him I was sick. I didn't tell him how I was sick or what I was sick with. I told him I was not feeling good and I was throwing up. And he said I had COVID.
Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here and try and get some stuff figured out. I'll be back later with an update for you. So y'all just stay tuned. We'll see what happens. Just keep your fingers crossed for me. I'll be back. Y'all be good. And we'll see you on the next one.